Just want to let you lot know that if you're watching this clip on the Fozcast YouTube channel, the full episode is now available to watch exclusively on Spotify, and it's free. Come on.
And he will be the first one to say he might be, a bit more strange than anyone else. But going down the route of putting roll and bulge on a club face, right, with an iron, is mad, right? But listen, he's gone and won a US Open with a set.
That's what I mean.
3D printed.
There's got to be something in it. There has to be.
I've got a face that's not flat. Like, what are you doing? I don't lay in bed at night and go, oh right, yeah.
I think he does.
Yeah, I need to put them on my, like he does. Like this guy is he was
put in with a TrackMan the other week. Did you see it? Sure. Is he taking the piss here? Is he taking the piss with a putter on the TrackMan?
It's too much for my brain. I'm too simple. I can't do it. Like I left school at 15. I can do simple math. I can do percentages. I can do all that. But I can't do what Bryson does. Like, I can't do it.
Probably wouldn't want to either, would you?
I don't want to.
No.
I love the game, but, it's too much.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's too much for my brain.
Yeah.
And with him and his brain, it's not too much, clearly, because he can...
I think he's constantly searching, thinking and just thinking, what could be next, what next? That's how he works.
Some people's brains, listen, I can use a portion of my brain and the rest of it's just up there for no reason, right? He's just got the ability to use a lot more of his than I can of mine.
I love that. Right, we've got to talk about gripping it and ripping it. You've spent some time recently with the England football team. Me and Ben have just been watching the footage on YouTube beforehand and laughing quite a lot.
Yeah.
Tell us about this.
How does it come about? How do you get into that situation?
We got approached months ago about possibly going to the training camp, of which to be asked is a privilege. So of course we were like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. James, our team principal, my agent, was getting into all the detail of it, and it was only contingent on one thing: they had to win the group.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't, the way the group stages worked out, that they didn't get that extra day off. So obviously there'd be more training and all that good stuff. So we booked it in. It was going to be 2 players. So it was initially going to be Lee who was going to come, but he ended up playing the senior major.
Yeah.
So Sam ended up coming. But obviously, flights were booked, but with a hold on there just in case they didn't finish top of the group. So as soon as that happened, we knew we were going. We flew back from Nashville, had 24 hours at home, jumped on a plane, flew to Frankfurt, 3-hour drive from Frankfurt on the Autobahn, doing 140 mile an hour to get to the training camp. And I had no idea what to expect. I was nervous.
Was you really?
Yeah, I was nervous.
Why? Go on.
Just from, no one ever sees what goes on inside the training camp. Media get half an hour a day, or 15 minutes a day.
And only what they want to show you as well.
Right. So I know a couple of the lads, Declan, Rambo, Harry. So I know some of the boys. The rest of them, I don't really know. So how are they gonna be with me when I'm walking into their environment and they're under pressure, right? They got 5 weeks away from their families. Do they want to play golf? Do they even want to attempt to hit any golf balls? How all of these things are going through my mind about how we're going to be perceived to be coming into their little zone. So I was nervous. I got out of the car, and as I got out of the car, I could see one of the players with his family. It was Dunks. And I knew that he saw me, and I knew that we were supposed to be going in there under the radar. Nobody knew we were coming. The players had no idea.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. They took us into our room, got us settled, and Dan Tilley and Ruth, who work with the team, were kind of said, look, let's show you around some of the camp. The lads are all in there having dinner. We'll kind of show you around everywhere and took us to the paddle tennis court, showed us the driving range. And then we bumped into another one of the boys, and they were like, do you know what? We're just going to we're going to show you everything and let you mingle with the lads.
Oh, nice.
And it was amazing. Absolutely awesome. Bumped into Declan, had a catch up with him. Jude was there sitting with him. So I had this whole catch up, and the lads, I was blown away with how open they all were, how they seemed to enjoy having us there as a kind of a cool distraction, I think, more than anything else. And really, like from my perspective of how the whole setup was, you know, the facilities, what they took there as a team to give the players from a rest and recovery and rehab perspective, and from the physio side of things, and the food and the games that
was that interesting for you to see?
Yeah, really.
And to obviously you will have your own kind of version of that as a golfer. To see it from a footballer's perspective, does that open your eyes a little bit, or did you kind of see anything that you thought, oh, that's a bit, I didn't expect that?
I tried to work it out from a Ryder Cup perspective, because that's the only thing that we have that's anything similar or close to what they would have. But you know, when it terms for us in the Ryder Cup, you're practicing in the morning, gym, practice, go on the golf course, play, gala dinner, function, back. Like Ryder Cup is gone before you've stepped in your room and you got your room key. When you arrive on a Tuesday, it's already Sunday, right? There's not a minute. You're spare.
Not sitting down. There's no no downtime.
It's almost the opposite for the lads.
Yeah.
And that's the bit that blew me away. It was like the art of distraction.
Yeah, there's so much downtime.
They're training for an hour.
Yeah.
Hour 15. They're doing their little stretching warm up beforehand. So they might be hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, and the rest is rest time. A little bit of time with the team, I'm sure, going through video stuff and bits and pieces. But like, what have they got for the lads to do to keep them off mobile telephone,
social media,
from getting battered in the press, from getting battered on social media, from listening to all sorts of, you know, conversations going on outside? How do they keep them occupied? That fascinated me. Sitting, talking with Gareth for about half an hour, and John, the technical director, that was absolutely fascinating. You know, talking to Gareth, and he was open about his penalty miss and, you know, everything that happened in the lead up to that, and what he's kind of put in place for the lads to, you know, work on routines for penalties that potentially come up with inside the team, and the structure. And like, he was asking questions, we was asking questions. It was fascinating.
Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed this clip of the Fozcast. If you would like to watch the full episode, it is now available exclusively on Spotify for free.